Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley and welcome to today's show. As you know from past shows, I love to bring experts on the show and give you expert advice. And today I have Jeremy Stroud with Independent Insurance Associates on the show today. Welcome, Jeremy.
Good to be here.
Glad to have you. And Jeremy and I sat down a couple of years ago and we went through all my assets, and I was completely underinsured on everything. And with lacking umbrella policies and underinsured on my home, my car, my businesses, my business properties. And so I wanted you to come on today's show and just talk about that, because most people who own a home and a car have insurance.
Yep.
But being underinsured and what risk is there, which totally changed how I saw insurance. And as you know, I doubled my insurance on pretty much everything,
right,
then put umbrellas on top of it. So I'd love to talk today. Most people, again, have insurance, but you were sharing with me, like myself, most people underinsured.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we're looking at right now is the cost of construction is so high. Mm-hmm. We talk to builders on a daily or weekly basis, and one of the things they're telling us right now is, you know, the cost to build is around $140 to $150 a foot.
And by the way, I remember when that was $65 a square foot 4 or 5 years ago.
Right, and that's Lancaster County. They're also, saying that York County is around $160 to $170 a square foot right now, and that's just your brick house, no special features or anything like that. And so what we see is a lot of companies come in and they're just using $100 a square foot to value your house. And so once you have that $100 a square foot, you could be underinsured by $100,000. We see that often.
So if something catastrophic happened to your home where it had to be rebuilt, the money's not there to replace the home.
No, it's not. And what we always do with our clients, we put an endorsement called guaranteed replacement cost. Mm-hmm. And what that does is it guarantees that the house will be rebuilt. So if you've got a $500,000 home and it costs $1 million to rebuild it, we are going to rebuild it. Most standard homeowners policies do not offer that, or they just offer 25% extension, which in this market is not enough if you haven't evaluated your value in a while.
That's why I recommend people sit down with somebody like Jeremy, who can look at your whole portfolio and not only look at the value of your assets, whether it be homes, cars, businesses, but also risk. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of lawsuits are tied back to your homeowner's insurance.
Correct.
And if you're fully insured on everything, how inexpensive umbrella policies are that kick in when those insurances are exhausted.
Right. Yeah, umbrella policy for $1 million is $200. I mean, it's not a lot. I mean, you think if you've got a house and 2 cars, your average umbrella cost is around $200.
And those umbrella policies kick in when your car insurance or your home insurance has exhausted itself. And in this world, which is very legal these days,
right,
you can have a car accident and exhaust that basic policy like that.
Oh yeah, quick.
And then they're going after your assets and future income.
Exactly.
So thank you for sitting down with me. And again, we sat down and just went through every single asset to make sure it was completely insured, not underinsured, and then looked at protecting all those from lawsuits and that kind of stuff. So it was just a great meeting. And then we revisit it once a year just to make sure of that. So you really want those policies. I hate to see people who buy homes from us then be underinsured with replacement costs. That just worries me.
Well, I think the thing that people do right now is they go online and they find a cheap company. There's all kind of companies online right now, and they never provide the right coverage. The price is cheap.
That's right.
I mean, you could insure a $500,000 home for $600, but when you dive into that policy and review it, I mean, it's basically you just threw away your money.
Yeah, and you pay that at closing or right before you buy your home, and then your mortgage company pays it. People forget about it until there's something that happens to the home.
Exactly.
And then being underinsured and not being covered correctly matters.
Oh yeah.
And it happens more than you think. I mean, it's happened in really every home I've lived in. I've had a claim on a policy.
I'll be honest with you, the majority of policies we review, people are underinsured, especially on the replacement costs, because these softwares that you use to calculate replacement costs, they haven't caught up with
Right.
the actual building prices. I talked to a builder the other day, and he said that the cost of plywood is $38 a sheet, where it used to be $8.
Right.
So,
So you've got to have that coverage.
right, you got to have it covered.
Jeremy, if people want to sit down with you and go over their current policies, because what people need to realize, you can change insurance companies.
Oh, yeah.
You get a rebate, you get a refund on the prorated, you can change insurance companies, it goes back to your mortgage company. It's all easy to do, and you handle all that. Tell people how to reach out to you.
Well, our office is on Main Street, Fort Mill, and our phone number is 803-802-3156. And Instagram, Facebook, Independent Insurance Associates, and online Independent Insurance Associates.